Ed Sheeran, One Direction, NCS. Like, that's just
85th in
bonkers.
the world.
That's insane.
Happy holidays, everyone. Woo! So enthusiastic. This is the effort that we've gone to for today's episode for a holiday theme. I've got a wintry, Christmassy sweatshirt on. Dan's got a Santa hat on, which actually it does suit you very well, I have to say.
What? Because it hides my bald head.
Yeah, exactly that. Charlotte, you guys can't see it, but Charlotte's in a full Christmas get-up behind the
I am,
mic.
yeah.
Definitely. And I've got this, which Dan bought in. I don't know what it is. It's like
You said it was the Grinch.
I think it's what the people in the Grinch, like the girl in the Grinch. Doesn't she wear this? It's like a.
Actually, I think you're right. Yeah.
Is that what she wears? Yeah. I
Pretty
might
sure.
not keep this on for the whole thing, to be honest. I'm not saying it's not the best constructed
impractical.
thing, but it's really not impractical. All right, mate. What's Charlotte doing there?
I didn't think you'd be able to hear that.
Yeah, we
You
definitely
definitely hear
can.
that.
Charlotte's just messing with the bush that we always talk about. Do you want to move it and do you want me to start again?
No, it's fine. We'll keep going. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll ignore it.
All right. Okay, well, this is going to be our last episode of Full Circle for 2021,
I know.
which is crazy. That's 5 episodes, right?
Is
5 episodes?
Yeah.
4 or 5?
We did, no, 4 was with Jake.
Yeah,
Right.
5.
So 5, which is crazy. It's been super, super cool year, a busy year. And I think we should just kick it off by sort of rounding up 2021 for us and for NCS. I mean, personally for you, how you felt 2021's been?
Good. Yeah, I think it's been I'd say our most exciting year. I think we've done like some really cool projects.
Hired a great team member.
Yeah, I can't think of who did we hire
Well,
this
we
year
got-
that was good.
Yeah, we got a new designer this year. That was pretty good.
You came on board sort of over a year ago now,
Got
and then like
What about me?
Mhm.
so. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else
Fun.
actually
That's
at
very
all.
kind.
See, I work
yeah.
for myself. I don't need approval of people around me. But yeah, no, it's been a cool one. We've obviously had like milestones along the way. I think you're right. Exciting's a very good word to use. I'm gonna take this off, I think. But there's been a few different like milestones and bits and bobs along the way. We've had, of course, NCS 10. That's not gonna work. Just put that down. We've had, of course, NCS 10.
Yeah.
We've had from my side of thing more of like the community bits with the Discord parties, etc. Which is
Which
cool.
was really good. We did one the other day. That was
Yeah.
nice.
We did a wrap up one
Mhm.
that was part of our advent calendar that we've been. You taking your Santa hat off as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna die with it on.
alright,
It's too
okay.
hot.
I'll keep my Christmas jumper on. Nobody wants to see what's underneath this. Yeah, we did like a wrap up thing as part of our advent calendar that we've been doing across our Instagram, which has been super cool. It's cool to see you guys engage in that. Like we've been giving different bits and bobs away. We'll announce the winners of all the giveaways on the 4th, Charlotte. I think we said the 4th, right?
No. We're announcing them before that.
Oh,
We'll
sorry.
just
Yeah.
sort
We'll
everything on the
sort
4th.
everything on the 4th. So just keep your eyes on our Instagram and on all those posts if you've been entering them to see if you've won or not. But it's super cool. We're thanks to Artist and Relations for helping out with sorting out those prizes. Epic. We had
loads of prizes.
Yeah, there was a year's producer subscription for FL Studio, which is mad. That one did really well because I think people just recognised like FL initially. There was pre-Sonos, like load of plugins,
Headphones.
headphones.
Keyboards.
Yeah.
Mm.
Arturia, which is super cool. Another plugin. So yeah, it's been super cool. But yeah, keep your eyes on the Instagram for that. But a part of that was this Discord party that we did to sort of wrap up the year. Excuse the holiday related pun. That's terrible. But it was fun. You were on there for a bit.
I was, yeah, and then I had to dip out. But did you do a demo? Did you do a demo drop?
I
How did
tried,
that
but
go?
nobody sent anything.
Ah,
They don't care when
Right.
it's my opinion because they know there's no actual. All I can go is, yeah, vocals nice, man. Yeah. Like I have no technical ability to give feedback in that
Yeah.
sense.
I really want to use like the Discord parties as like, because we used to be able to play unreleased music on it, but now we can't with the bot or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because I had that issue before. Do you remember? It was when I did the party for Crazy Simbai, and his track was out then on that day, but I don't know whether it was because it was a newly publicly linked.
No,
but
but I
it
swear,
didn't work.
before then we did loads of unreleased.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just put it on a different SoundCloud profile?
Public though.
And
But-
but make it public, but just don't name it.
No,
Doesn't it-
because they can.
Then
They
they have
can
the
use.
link?
There's one command that anyone can use, which is like now playing, and it'll show it.
Uh,
So say if we use one that's like pretty decently far in the future. Like it would just leak it off the bat anyway. But I
we
mean,
don't like leaking our songs anyway. So.
the people in the Discord are just they're on it with that anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, it's not like we play anything
Yeah.
pre-release like we do here. Looping back round to the 10 years wrapping up. What's been some highlights for you of 2021?
I would say one of my favourite things that we've done was the video that we did together to like celebrate NCS 10. That was super cool, like stressful, long days, but I really enjoyed that. I thought that was like the way that turned out for me was great. What else have we done? Been to a couple gigs together.
Yeah,
that's been really nice.
I've had my first experience of one of my first experiences of like an EDM concert with the Coven gig, which was cool. That's my first drum and bass thing that I've been to.
Yeah,
that was super sick. Yeah, but it's been good.
What about you?
I mean, for me, I've joined this year, so that's a big highlight. Actually joining. I spoke about it on the Discord party again, that sort of holiday wrap up. But it's been, especially on the Discord side of things, cool to actually get to know the people that are fans of things.
Yeah,
which is it's a weird thing that with the artists that release, obviously across social, etc., like have some kind of influence and people follow them and are interested in what's going on. But it's super cool to get to know the people that are listening to the music.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I don't know. It's like engaging with people who you know are super invested in what we're doing.
And you can see them over and over. Like I notice them even in like the main channel comments. There might be 10,000 comments on a video, but I always scroll through and see like random people that we know from like the Discord or Arcade or whatever.
There's a few people that are on there.
Yeah.
We spoke about Heroes of Paris on the podcast before.
Yeah,
like she's always putting stuff out. That RW guy.
Yeah.
He's always commenting. Of course, Sammy, who's the mod. It's cool that is to see that, because when we were speaking on the Discord thing, we said it before. Like, and I think we mentioned it on the first episode of Full Circle, but it would definitely be cool to try and set up some kind of, not necessarily a phone in, but like we get a fan or a few fans, like maybe if it's just a standalone episode or it's like a call-in thing, but get a few fans to be able to be involved in the podcast and speak on that.
That would be sick. I think we could do it through this, couldn't we? We could just like we've done.
Yeah, like we've done before. Yeah. And you could literally get Discord up on there.
Yes.
And it would play through this cool road set we've got in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Other highlights for me, this has probably been my favourite thing for the year, is like all the interviews with the artists. It's so cool, and like without blowing my own trumpet, because I was saying this earlier on, like it's really interesting to me to watch the early Arcade videos of when I started to now, and like I think I can conduct and form a question better.
Yeah.
Which is a nice thing, because I think the better the question or the better the question's executed, the more someone would be willing to answer. Like at the start, I was doing more of those like, if you're on a desert island, what would you? Which is, they're fine things. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's now like, I think I recently asked when I was on the interview with Sam Day, which was a super cool chat. We were talking about his newest release and the EP as well. But yeah, when I was chatting to him, we were going more on like sort of the technical side, and we were saying, I think there's something like so the influence here on the track is obviously a little bit of a UK garage element. Was that intentional? Is it the drum patterns that? And I just, it actually is a genuine conversation as opposed to just asking a question, looking at my phone.
What's your favourite colour?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm love those questions.
Yeah,
that's like my go-to when I'm meeting someone. Is favourite animal, favourite colour.
Yeah,
but it's good to ask other things of them.
60 videos now, haven't you, this year?
60 videos. Is that it?
I think it's 60. Well, it was 63 when I found that information out. We're probably on like 65 now.
Interview /
all videos.
Yeah.
Arcade.
That's crazy. That is. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, I think we're speaking about Arcade like constantly about what we can do in the new year, and I think that'll be super exciting to take a dive into that channel even more. But those interviews were sick. I really enjoyed the Sam Day one. I love doing the remix listening session with the Cartoon Boys. That was sick. So speaking to those guys throughout the year has been great for me. Like there's obviously been a few occasions that we've done different bits and bobs. Like we did the biology thing on Discord. We did the videos for Arcade, and it's good to, like, for me anyway, good to go from one Zoom call of like, oh, maybe we could do this for this track, maybe we could do this for this campaign, to like a few months down the line being like, oh, these are people that I really like to chat to and really get on with. Like it goes from like an artist and business relationship to like you just getting on a call with a mate.
Well, it's more of a family. Like it's literally like building a family, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's the same thing with like online, like the Instagram comments. Like we always see like Fasadin, for example. He's always commenting like on the NCS things. Like
is it facading or
it's Fasadin? Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay.
It is, because that's where he came from on the interview that we did, and that was my first question I think when I went on to him was, how do you pronounce your name? But it's good to like see those recurring characters and people popping up that you get used to, not just seeing them but like the way that they'll interact with you.
Yeah,
it's a cool thing. What track highlights have you had for the year? There's been a lot. We've had the NCS 10 run, which that would I think NCS 10 sort of sits alone in its own sort of like however many month period.
I think NCS 10 campaign was really exciting because we started working with some like artists that we hadn't worked with before, but also like some of the classic NCS artists, like Kirby being one of them. That was like epic to have him return.
When do you know when Kirby's released the most recent one prior to What You Like was?
It was like 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
with
that's
NCS,
something like that. It was something ridiculously long.
That's crazy. Yeah, because obviously he returned. We had Siren Soul returning.
Yeah.
Which
Again,
was nice because he was the first upload.
Yeah.
Well,
the first publicly available one to watch on the channel. He was really cool to chat to as well. Like his journey was wild. When I was talking to him in an interview, and he was saying like he sort of did the hiatus from the Siren Soul project. He was like going through stuff as we all do. Like, and then it's just weird that I think whether we reached out to him or he reached out to us, I'm not sure when it came to this project. But he was like, "Oh, this is great. NCS are doing this 10-year celebration. It's just the perfect moment." He was back in on that project. It's just those things all tied together.
We need to catch up with him again and get another tune from him. I think
For
that'd be
sure,
cool.
yeah, that would be sick. You get, it's just like those legacy artists that every once in a while, you just even if it's just a little bit of content from them, it's super cool. But yeah, sorry, favorite tracks that have come out this year.
I'm just looking right now. I think I really loved.
I just know what the answer's going
for
to
me.
be.
Do you?
I think so. I think don't say we love Jonathan,
But that
let's
is my
not-
favourite
I'm
track.
not.
But let's not say that or biology.
I wasn't. I wasn't gonna say those
Amazing
either.
track. Yeah, but
No.
that's all we talk about.
Okay,
No.
yeah, that's
I
true.
was actually going to say, there is, I think Diamond Eye's Father was a really cool
Yeah, I
track.
did love that.
Like very, very different. That was great. I think Rival Throne with Neoni on it. I love that
Throne's good.
track. What else have we had? Distod with Disto and Todd Helder.
Is that's the
Sick.
really like heavy drop, right?
Heavy,
The
yeah.
the pixel car for
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I love Todd's branding as
Oh,
well.
it's great.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
He has like, is it like the Minecraft character for his profile picture? That's Todd, right?
Kind of.
It's like
yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
the 8-bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's been some great tracks. We started working with a guy called If Found.
Oh, he has a really
His-
cool sound.
yeah.
I'm just a sucker for like that like little bit of difference.
Yeah.
And he's like that kind of artist that the If Found sound can be attributed to him. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like him.
I loved his artworks as well because he did those artworks. I'm pretty sure.
It's like the
I
abstract
think he
sort
did
of
them
background.
himself.
I'm not 100%. I know that we didn't do it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
it
mean,
was very cool.
I liked those. And then yeah, of course, there's like the NCS 10 stuff. But like recently, I'm trying to think. After NCS 10, I really liked. There was one tune that I'm trying to think of. Chime and MDK, Arcade Dwellers. So
Yeah.
that was really cool.
That's cool.
Very funky.
Again, really 8-bit. Yeah, I think you have like these ones, especially for me, and however long I've been here now. Like, there's like the sort of staple ones that we go to, like you say, like Jonathan Rise, Biology, like love those tunes. Omen, like Phoenix. These ones that are just they're like the sort of it's recognisable moments throughout the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's like other ones like I love the Coven tune, Looking for More, which again that sort of ties into the fact that we were there and we saw it live. And I also really liked the Siren Soul tune that I was mentioning earlier. Stay, is it? Stay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a really cool song. Again, it's like the it's something a bit different about it.
Yeah.
And it's like what we were talking about a few weeks back on the podcast when we said about when the Cartoon Boys were reacting to the remixes for the On and On competition, which is another really cool thing we did this year. They were like, that difference just make it for a producer or even just anyone, a listener's ear, something a bit different standing out is great.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlotte? What have you liked this year? Pressure's on.
On the spot.
Oh, yeah, no,
You can keep looking.
I really liked Coven Looking for More. I mean, the classic Jonathan.
Hang on a minute. So,
No, but
so you just said that we can't talk about these
I can
tracks.
say it because I
Nah,
don't
to
always
be fair,
say
I always
Jonathan.
say it, yeah.
Right.
I liked what
Did Dioma come out this year as well? I think it must have done.
Possibly.
It will have.
yeah.
I can guarantee that will have come out this year.
It must have been.
I really
It's been a
liked
long
the.
year.
Is it Magnus, the House Party EP?
Yeah, we've
All
mentioned
those tunes were
yeah,
sick.
Dioma was 10 months ago.
Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
Is it like this? No, like you?
You're on about the house party.
Yeah.
EP.
like
this was
Like
sick.
this? That
Yeah,
tune's
yeah.
great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
obviously
had some great ones this
it's
year.
been really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But aside from music, there's been a lot of other things. We spoke about the cartoon on and on remix competition, which
Yep.
was super cool. The podcast has started this year,
It has.
which has been a big moment. What are you looking for there? You look confused.
I was going to make a joke about the podcast, but then I lost it.
You literally looked like you were trying to find the
I
joke.
was looking for the joke.
You like went, you paused, looked around. Were you trying to find a full circle pun or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Which has been a super cool, stress-inducing but very fun thing to do.
Mhm.
I think we are collectively as a trio agreed that when we are properly 100% on how this is all going to work, that we just need to get more organised with it because
Yeah.
we're last minute on stuff. But it's great. It's good to sit down and talk anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've had some super cool guests on. We've obviously spoke to Halverson, which was a really
Yep.
cool chat. We covered a load of different things in that, from like YouTube boxing to Spider-Man to production, etc.
And the fact that he never had anything to say and deliberately set us all up. Do you remember on the little
the
joke thing
pizza
that he did?
pun, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was
I can't believe he spoke about that.
yeah, it was
Mm.
it was funny when he said that. Like, I think I say it on the podcast. Like, your guys' reactions are so genuine. Like,
Yeah.
because for you, Charlotte, I know that that's something we spoke about. Like, oh, really? It would be good to like get him to like do a video that he explains what the
Mhm.
joke is, and there's nothing there.
Well, but he did do a video explaining it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he conveniently left it out. So
Yeah, oh, that's funny. And then we also on the last episode spoke to Jake, which was super cool. I
Mm.
think that was in terms of the usual angles and conversations that we have on like Full Circle. That was a really interesting one to get a little bit more of a sort of industry conversation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I think there's moments when you were talking about sending stuff to labels, and you and Jake were going back and forth on like what you'd listen to, like what he'd recommend from a manager's point of view. And I think that's just, it's cool to have another thing to talk about other than just like chatting shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Probably the biggest highlight from the year, other than hitting 10 years, which is really cool,
I know what you're going
was
to say.
30 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was going to say?
Yeah, I was going to try to say this at the same time, but no,
Okay.
30 million, that's absolutely mad.
Insane.
So in the UK, we are the third most subscribed channel
But
on
that's
YouTube.
after like One Direction and
Ed Sheeran and One Direction.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, One Direction, NCS. That's just
85th in
bonkers.
the world.
That's insane.
I think that's more mad.
No, I
85th
know.
in the world is insane.
Like I want to know who's right above us.
Is there, other than
Well,
like,
Trap Nation used to be above us. I don't
I think
believe they are now, are they? I think
I
they're
don't know.
slightly under.
I think we've always been kind of near each other. But yeah, I mean that is absolutely.
But consistently,
mad
we've
numbers.
stayed that high up.
Yeah, and what are we at now? Like 32 and a
30
half? Or
31.6, I believe.
I'm just only a million off.
But Trap Nation's on 30.4.
That's just
those numbers are stupid.
bonkers.
31.7 we're on now, actually.
31.7. Yeah, and like that's just nuts.
Do you know what's crazy to me? And I expect it's probably more so for like you, Dan, being here like a couple of years now, however many years. But that like for you, a million subscribers will pass by. Like we've done 31, and the fact that we've passed another million there, and it becomes a less significant thing because of how big it is stupid.
I know.
Like
yeah.
we don't recognise another million's passed.
Well,
And that's
No, I
not
know,
being like egotistical. It's just because of when you get to a certain
so
scale,
quick.
that becomes the equivalent of hitting another 100k or whatever, or like even less than that. It's mad.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
Well,
crazy.
I remember like early on when it was like 5 million subscribers, like hitting that, but then it went from like 5 to 10, quick.
Well,
Like,
that's
quick,
just
quick.
natural in the world, isn't it? There's the thing of like I don't know if you guys have seen
Exponential
this.
growth.
Yeah, I think it's a graph that shows about exponential growth,
Yeah.
and it's like the same pattern can be attributed to like most things in the world,
Yeah.
because the more things there are, the easier it is to get more things then. Because I guess there's more and more eyes means more and more eyes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, how many subs was it when you first started? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm gonna completely guess here, but I think it was 3 something.
What?
Something like that, 3 or 4.
So it's done 10 times over.
I think it was either around that. I'm certain I remember 10 because that was a big deal. Because like one of the guys from YouTube came down to the office and brought a
Yeah.
plaque.
Sick.
And
And was
like,
that in the time when the 10 mil were like the decent ones? Because
Oh,
now
like-
they're little
Yeah, no,
plaques now.
Oh,
it's a big
yeah, like
plaque.
it's a
The
big,
big
diamond.
gold. Oh, the diamond one. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, that's diamond.
10 mils diamond.
10 mil, yeah, 10 mil, yeah, the diamond.
And that was the point where like 10 mil wasn't really like, not many people had 10 mil.
well, the fact that they came down to see you
Yeah, yeah.
So
to hand it over is
when you did the 1 mil, that would have been the big gold one as well, right?
Mhm.
I
Not
feel like
not the little gold one.
1 mil, yeah, 1 mil would have been.
Because
a
now
long time
they
ago.
do a little plaque,
yeah, no, it would have been the
the big one at that point.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
like the
That was back in
glass
the- yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
the gold in it instead of the
Mm-mm.
I think
engraved.
I have a feeling that PewDiePie got something at 50 mil.
He got a custom thing.
yeah,
yeah.
he got the red, or is that?
I think it's the
He's-
fist actually.
Yeah, you
yeah,
got
yeah.
custom.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they'll do that. I mean,
I mean, we should
whether
probably.
or not we will.
I think we should email them just to make sure that they're starting making it now, because we'll get there soon.
some sort
you know?
of circle.
Yeah, a
Oh, a
circle.
visualizer would be
Because then
great.
we can
wouldn't
have
it?
the little mini ones made like Mr. I keep saying Mr. Beast, but it's PewDiePie. And then he was meant to give those out, wasn't he?
Oh,
But
really?
he ended up losing them. You know, all the little ones he got made up. He ended up losing them. He was meant to give them to his fans. We
Oh,
forgot.
really?
Do you guys ever seen that YouTube? I can't for the life remember his name. He's a UK YouTuber, and he had a really big run, like I think about a year or two ago, and he'd just sell YouTube like memorabilia. He had the case, the one of two case that the PewDiePie 50
Oh.
mil thing came in,
I think I've seen that.
and he did
yeah.
like trades and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he traded like Will and E, who's a UK YouTuber. I think he traded him like a car for, I don't know, the boxing glove from a KSI fight, something like that. He like has all this random YouTube memorabilia.
Yeah.
I can't remember from the life of me what
You know
he's
what I feel
from the
like
UK.
we should have like the plaque and stuff here. You know what I mean? That's what we should.
Yeah,
do.
we need to get like a
I
table,
don't know.
don't we?
I don't know if Billy's going to give it over. To be honest,
All right, we'll sort it out. Billy will give it us. You know.
That would be cool for one day. We
Yeah.
can get it there.
Yeah.
I'd need to see one of them in real life. That would just be great.
Yeah.
Is it quite big and heavy?
Oh, it's heavy.
Really?
Like, heavy. And like, I remember. So we did a party at the YouTube space in London maybe 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And this is when we'd got the plaque, and we invited a bunch of like YouTubers down and like artists, and we did a big sort of show, and our plaque was on show but in a glass box, and it literally very clearly said on the thing, "Do not touch," type
Oh,
of thing,
no.
right? And there's a YouTuber called Mo Samuels there,
Uh-huh.
and he came over to me. He was like, "Oh, can I like take a picture with the like thing?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, man. Like it's not really up to me. Like it says,
Yeah.
says don't touch." And then later on, he was like, "Yeah, that's fine, cool, or go or whatever." And then later on, I watched his video, and then like I just see him going like, "Hey!" with the plaque.
fingerprints all
funny.
over
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it was funny.
We should
that.
link that video.
Yeah, yeah,
It's still up. I have watched it.
But what was his like vlog?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sick!
yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. You touched on PewDiePie there. Oh, I know we mentioned this before when trying to like get topics to chat about and stuff. He
PewDiePie.
put a video out right about
Mm.
something to do with like copyright, etc.
Yeah, I think he'd seen that there was some issues with like copyright on YouTube, and like the YouTubers were getting copyright claims for songs and things like that. And even his own song had been claimed,
really?
which was bonkers. But I think it was sort of super interesting to see that like. As soon as I commented as NCS in the comments, and like everyone sort of then realized, oh wait, yeah, that's copyright free music and whatnot. But I have emailed PewDiePie, so if he's watching, let's do something together.
Someone can tweet at him.
Yeah, like all 500 of you, could you? Not even 500. Could you just tweet at PewDiePie, and then maybe he'll see our email? But
Well, I think that the point of it is that when we were speaking about it, is that there's outside of PewDiePie, there's obviously the challenge that YouTubers are having with copyright and getting claims, etc. Especially even when it's like you said, their own song or something that they think is protected, and our whole remit is to stop things like that happening.
Well, that's our entire business.
Yeah, that's literally what it's built on. Is
Yeah.
the copyright free element. So yeah, it's interesting to see where that conversation can go, if anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the GOAT, man. So hopefully, let's listen to some demos if you can get them up.
Yes.
So a recurring segment on the podcast is that we'll play some upcoming NCS releases. We say demos. It's not demos. They're are they demos? Is it a demo
No,
if
it's
you're playing a
upcoming
bit?
No,
releases.
they're definitely not demos. Yeah.
Yeah. Releases. But I don't know. Like, it's not a demo if you play a little bit. Is it? No.
No.
It's just a
Well, a
finished track.
demo is a demo submission.
Oh yeah, that's like
It's
not
like
quite.
or it's not complete.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we'll listen to some of the upcoming releases that we've got on the podcast and coming out on NCS in the near future. So what have we got this
So
week?
we've got a new artist joining
Sick.
in January. I'm gonna say called Dwanji.
Yeah, that's 4th of Jan.
4th of Jan. Yeah.
Sounded very brummy.
Dwanji.
4th of Jan.
And the
4th of
track is
Jan.
called Come Up, and I really like this one. I remember when we received it, I was like, oh, I could imagine this in like a fighting scene or like a car driving scene or something
High
like
action.
that.
High
Yeah.
octane.
Let me fast forward a little bit. I'm fast forwarding.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's got that Street Fighter sound.
Yeah.
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's going to be his debut on NCS.
It is.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm really
Dwanji?
excited for that.
Amazing.
Dwanji,
That's going to be
yeah.
good. What else we got?
We've also got a guy called Dong Kong.
Dong Kong.
Track's called Binary. And it literally does sound binary.
Binary, as in like zeros and ones.
Yeah. Hang on.
Just the other side of me. All these ones and zeros, nothing in between.
I have to say, the recent vocals have been really solid.
Yeah. It's a very
that's
weird
it.
and like unique drop, this.
Matrix needs this for the new film.
Yeah. It'll just totally catch you off guard.
Oh my gosh. That is truly binary. That's very cool.
Very hard.
Super
yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
That's super hard. That's the I really like when artists can juxtapose like parts of the tracks.
Yeah.
Like that the start bit is like super airy and spacey, and then it like locks in for that heavy
It
hit.
surprises you as well.
Yeah,
I
it
love
really
that.
does.
I love that.
Yeah. And what else we got?
Last one. We've got an artist joining called Lock Lane.
Lock Lane.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it's pronounced. A track called The Garden. And I
That's a
love
nice
this
one.
one because it's really like sort of chill, and the vocal's great as well. But the drop, again, surprises you. Oops, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Sounds a little bit like Halsey.
Or like Ellie Goulding.
Yeah, that airy vocal.
That's what a little bit.
Oh, that's a proper counter drop.
Yeah. Listen to the sound.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that.
Really like that one.
That's some really cool upcoming tracks. That is.
I know. I think honestly, next year I think is going to be our best year of music ever.
Mhm.
Like I'm convinced of it.
Yeah, that's 100%. I mean, if it can live up to what has come out this year, then it'll be
Oh, yeah.
stellar performance for
Mm.
sure. They're super cool though. I really like that. I love that that binary track. Super cool.
Mhm.
That might be my favorite one there. That's really cool. Speaking of the new year, at the end of the new year, most people have resolutions.
Oh,
You want to change a little bit about yourself. We were speaking about resolutions earlier. Charlotte was just getting cocky that nothing wants to change. But what are you guys looking to? But I don't even know if resolutions. Is it better in yourself? Is that what it is, or it's just a change?
Fixing something, changing something, making something better.
Yeah, I think it's just being a better whatever.
better.
Better, I'll
Charlotte,
say better person, but
When you move around, it looks like you've got a crown of like, there's leaves spiking up out of the back of Charlotte from this bush that she's leaning on. Resolutions, Dan, for the new year.
I think I would like to listen to more music, even though I actually don't. Although I work at a music company and my job is to listen to music, I don't listen to enough music. I think that's because like, I'll go through demos and then in my like off time, I do listen to music, but it'll be like the same 3 tracks over and over.
Okay, yeah.
But your Spotify rap minutes, you didn't do that many.
Use
I did.
I think I'm on like YouTube and Apple and all sorts.
Yeah, you're quite a discoverer, isn't it? Like it's
Mhm.
not something that might be on Spotify. Is that a resolution? We were speaking earlier about.
Listen to me. Mine personally, probably. I don't know if this once again is a resolution. Is like do more things next year.
In terms of what?
As in, I'd like to go to more events.
Well, that's one, and then you've got
Just more exercise, more.
What do you do any exercise at the moment?
I
You mean
walked
start
to the
exercise?
train to get here. Yeah. Yeah, I think just be like have more experiences next year.
That's good. That's a good. I mean, to be fair, the situation of the world has limited experiences and doing things.
Well,
So
I think you can say that to yourself.
if you want to make things happen.
But actually,
you
I think you could have done a lot. I could have done a lot more this year than what I have done.
Well, that's a good one. Have you got any personal ones outside of like listening to more music? Because that feels quite attached to this.
Well, I guess another thing would be like I want to just be more like more mindful, more self-aware, and like mindful of like feelings and relationships. I think it's like taking the time to. It's really hard to explain it, but like we're in the world, we're having relationships, we're having conversations, but you never take a moment to sort of sit back and go, let me think about how your life is and stuff like that. I don't know, like taking time to sort of think.
Yeah, I think naturally, especially because of like how quick the world moves now, and like the access to information that we have, and the fact the fact we're communicating all the time. It is constant go. Like there's no, unless you actively make that choice to be like, let me put the brakes on and think about what I did for the last week. Think about like the conversation that I had with this person, how it steered me this direction, how I could have been a bit better in that situation, etc., etc. That's a really good one. Me, professionally, I need to get more organised. Charlotte will back on that one. I'm not a very organised person naturally. The thing is with me, I've said it to you before, the way my brain works, it's like a pinball machine. Like I'm thinking about something and
An
then
idea just goes
and it's like, and then something else I'll be like, oh, what about if we did this, and then suddenly I'm on that. Like
I think you struggle to pick what task to do first.
Yeah.
Like something might need to be done for tomorrow and something might need to be done for in a year's time, and you'll do the thing that needs to be done in a year's time.
Yeah, I think a lot of it for me is what's inspiring me as well.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily great because I mean I've said this to you before, like with the social things, I'm really liking doing the socials now. So I'm gonna put more time into doing like a post for that, but it might be that an edit for Arcade needs to be turned around in a quicker time, but because the inspiration at that point and the motivation's on that one thing, I'll be like, I could sit and do this for hours when like I should spend an hour.
But the
doing
edit, that video has to go out tomorrow,
exactly,
and we don't have to put out a social post today. That's
exactly,
the logic.
Exactly. So that's like a professional thing for me. I think I just need to get more organised. I'm sure that you'll find some kind of automation system that will help me organise myself.
What about personally though?
Personally, I need to get back to like just keeping myself healthy and fit and healthy. I think
Fitness.
Yeah, like the last few months, my attendance at the gym has just fallen off a cliff edge.
Mhm.
It's absolutely terrible. The problem is, I said this to you before, if I drink alcohol, it's impossible. Even like half a pint, I can't go to the gym the next day. My body just won't do
it's
it.
a depressant, so it makes you
But
depressed.
that means
and
the
puts
more
you
that I
down.
go
Yeah.
out, the less I'm gonna do. So and at this time of year,
Balance.
when it's like Christmas and you're partying, etc.
What we all need, everything that we need is balance.
Balance is
That's
so
it.
key in life. Yeah, it really is. Like the past week or so, I watched the film Chef. I don't know if you guys have seen the film Chef, but it's really good. Jon Favreau.
No.
But like following that, he has like a show of like, and it shows the different dishes. And I love to cook. Like you're not massive, is it, when it comes to like cooking?
I really want to learn to
Yeah,
cook.
and like I love it. Like this thing, I love to like sit down. I made a pizza the other day. I didn't make the dough.
You didn't make a pizza. You put some tomato sauce and cheese.
Oh, that is not making a pizza.
No, my point was I was going to make the whole dough, and
I
then
thought you'd done like Halverson style making a pizza.
I will do that though. That'll be something new. Yeah.
That'd be a video.
But in terms of like in terms of like cooking, and those kind of things, like that really inspired me, and I think is a good therapeutic thing for your mind, like sitting down making like a really nice meal where you're preparing all the veg, etc., like those kind of things. I think is like you said, and it's good to get that balance aside from just partying all the time. It's a good thing.
I went to a show the other day.
You did? Was that Saturday?
Yeah,
Why are
it
you
was.
laughing?
Just the way you worded that.
I
I went to a show the other day.
I'm important, and I went to it. No,
I got backstage.
I wasn't even going to say that, but yeah, I did. Sam, who you know, Malarkey, an artist that I've mentioned a couple of times, known him for years. I was on a call with him, and he's like, "Oh, you know, Tom Westy, another artist that's kind of in our scene that I've known for ages,
Yeah, cool guy.
is playing a gig, and it's Jonas Blue's show in London." And I was like, "Oh my god, I want to go to that." I had the best night. Like,
Where was it? Ministry
of Sound, which is really, really good. And then Jake Huntley, No Brains manager, was there.
Oh, was he there?
Yeah.
He's out
I
all
mean,
the
everywhere.
time.
Jake is
He went to Printworks on Friday. I
He's
saw.
asked me to go to Printworks tomorrow.
who's it?
Gorgon City.
Yeah, he asked me as well.
Yeah.
He didn't
Probably
ask
asked me
me.
first, though, I think.
I'm pretty sure I'm busy. Yeah. The thing is, since I've known Jake, like, and we said it on the last podcast, like he's just constant, like going like
Yeah.
partying. He loves it. But it's crazy. Like since he's been back in London, he's been to more events in the past few weeks than I. And not to say that Jake's a massive sesh head, but just he's obviously loves going to these kind of things, like than I probably have in the past like 5 months.
Yeah,
it's
same,
crazy.
same.
But how was the gig?
Oh, it was great. No, really, really good fun. Like hanging out with just a bunch of artists that I knew.
That's cool.
I think that's my favorite part. Is like, yes, it's seeing people enjoy the music, but it's also like hanging out with people that you know online and haven't seen them for like ages. That's why I love like ADE and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think as well. There's like, it's a bit. Well, I mean, I haven't done an ADE yet, but I imagine there's a bit of a difference with meeting somebody that you've maybe had a few conversations with that isn't necessarily on that level that we were talking about earlier. That you'd be like, oh, they're like a mate that I want to speak to. It's just someone that you have a business connection with, which is fine, the business relationship. But when you find your like group of people that you like, these are like my boys, these are my girls, these are like the people I want to like hang around with, and then it ties into industry as well. That's a super cool connection. Because Westy, he released a song, right, with on Jonas Blue's label, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's super cool.
It's been doing really well, apparently.
Yeah, he's been smashing it, man. To be fair, it's really interesting when, like, again, those people that you see in your sort of inner circle. We've mentioned like Jay Pryor a few times on here, and like he's now in LA, like smashing it with like his music stuff. It's sick to like get friends in the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in the industry longer than I have, and like when you say about things like ADE, like highlights for you when you go there.
Oh, it's just like, I honestly, so there was a couple years ago we did an ADE and we had an NCS artist dinner, and I kid you not, that was like one of like the best experiences of my life.
What, just like sit down food?
We just sat down in I think it was a Chinese restaurant, like 30 of us all hanging out, like people that we all knew each other, and it was so good to like we had this relationship online and had released music and all the artists knew each other, but then in person it was exactly the same. It was
That's
awesome.
sick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, I think there's nothing compares to actually being able to meet people
Yeah.
as opposed to just conversations
Well,
online.
I think yeah, I think it's just online events aren't quite the same, but
No.
I think the Discord parties
Yeah,
really have been a
yeah.
step towards that.
I think it's nice to build up that relationship with the fans. I don't think we would necessarily have built up that relationship in person.
If everything
Yeah,
had to be in
yeah.
person, I think logistically it's tougher to do anything
Yeah.
in person as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we would know the people that we know now
Mm.
in terms of fans if
Yeah,
it was
that's true.
if it was in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, especially with something of a scale of NCS, like it's impossible to get all
Yeah.
the core fans and all the core artists in one place at one
Mhm.
time, however many times a year. Like online is where everything really is going to live and breathe, and then
Mhm.
when you get the opportunity to do these events, whether it's something we put on ourselves, some at ADE, some at Dance Fair, etc., like that's like your hub to be like, there's your relief. Like, oh,
Yeah.
we've finally seen people. But yeah, it does really live online, definitely. Before we like go on to sort of
Rounding
crowning
up
segment,
question.
we need a name for that segment.
What NCS song?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I wanted to just quickly like loop back to our 2021 roundup discussion. Other labels aside from ourselves been smashing it this year.
Mhm.
It's super cool. I mean, to see the whole scene just grow. I think there's been really cool tracks released from the likes of like Trap Nation, Monster Cat. Like it's really sick to see everyone winning. That's what we want.
Well,
Yeah.
Monster Cat celebrated their 10 years this year too, right?
Which is I did until I actually like I spoke with someone from Monster Cat and I was like, oh yeah, we're going to be celebrating our 10 years, and they were like, so are we. I had
Yeah.
no idea that they were.
I
the same
didn't
age.
realise
But
they were
they
on
did
10 years.
theirs.
No.
No,
They did theirs very quickly.
I think it must have been like sooner on. As
It was earlier in the year for
It-
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
definitely.
was like March, April sort of time.
Yeah. That's crazy. That like, I mean, as me knowing of both of the brands for X amount of
Mhm.
years, to see both still going so strong is really cool. There's been some super sick releases from other labels this year. I mean, I'm just a fan of Monster Cat in general because we always talk about the Ellis releases with, and like me and Els, like having some involvement in that is super cool. They did their the voting campaign
Top
thing.
40.
Yeah, top 40.
Yeah.
We should try and do something like that. We
Yeah.
can steal that idea next year. That's
What-
a really cool
What
idea.
did the Alice tracks get? Did he get one in the top 20?
Yeah, Orbit. That's your boy's vocal.
Was
Number
that-
18, baby.
Yeah, number
Come on.
18, yeah.
Come on, I ain't playing around. I'm coming for all the labels. I'm taking them all
Was
down.
that your favourite song then from another label?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I'm
probably.
trying to think of mine. I feel like I really liked. There was a UKF release, and it was.
Yeah, UKF have smashed this year. Their socials are great.
Mm.
We always talk about that. UKF socials are really cool.
Meth Just and Camo and Crooked Cintello.
Centella.
Oh, it's absolute tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like, knowing of the brands and seeing how everyone slots into their sort of, not necessarily designated space, but their own space in the the industry, because I think that it's obviously naturally when we're all under this EDM electronic music umbrella, you have competition with anyone, like that's just natural, right? Like but it, like I say, it's sick to see everyone doing great and like carving their own lane, which is really cool. Like Monster Cat did the Rocket League thing, which is super cool. We talk about UKF and like their whole branding is just sick, and like some of their merch, it's really awesome. Yeah, it's good to see the whole team winning, everyone.
It
for
is.
sure. Let's get to some
segment.
let's get some tracks. Right, so a little preface.
You got this wrong last time.
It's preface, isn't it? Let me preface this with.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Of exactly what this is. So similar to how we listen to the upcoming releases each episode, we also have this little segment that we like to round everything off with, which is basically picking an NCS. Charlotte, you can interrupt me if I explain this wrong, but I'm going to try my best to, because I never seem to be able to. It's basically picking a situation and then picking an NCS track which would best suit that situation.
Yeah.
So
That works.
there we go. So this time round, we as it's our last episode before the end of the year, we the question for us to pick an NCS track to is, what would be the best NCS track to listen to as the new year comes in? So you've got your countdown, right? So it's like 10 second countdown
I
before
think
New
it's
Year.
like go into the new year.
Yeah.
Are
with-
you at like a New Year's party type?
Imagine
of
you,
thing?
Yeah.
imagine you're at a New Year's party. You're doing your 10-second countdown, 10, 9 until
Yeah.
2022 hits, and the drop hits as soon as 2022 enters.
The best song. Ooh.
And that's a tough question, to be fair. I've got one, by the way, if you want to kick it off.
Do
with me. I believe you pronounce it Last Heroes. Last. Eclipse. Which I also think is quite fit in that name. Like a moon eclipses over the sun. 2021 eclipses into
Here we go.
2022. You like that?
I think you've dropped the bag here.
I've got to say, I'm not.
No, wait. What? We need to wait for the drop? Come on. Let's wait for the drop.
I don't know what parties you're going to,
Are
but
you like?
No, I'm just imagining like
Are
as
you
the new year hits.
crying that the last year?
Yeah,
has
it's like an
been
emotion.
awful,
Really?
or like
New year.
you know that
Fireworks.
it's wrong. You just
No,
you're
no,
just leaning into
I'm
it.
I
backing
mean,
that.
well, we'll see what the fans say, but
I'm backing that. Who won the last one, by the way? I think Jake won.
Jake won.
He
Yeah,
did.
Jake.
It-
But
Jake
the-
smashed it.
yeah, I wasn't
But-
prepared for that one.
And
at all.
I put it on the poll. Jake had about 3 or 4
Yeah.
answers. I mean,
I won the one before that.
yeah, you did. To be fair, what's your one for this week, Charlotte?
I think it's Coven Looking for More.
That's a really good choice. Yeah, that's a
okay,
really good choice.
Coven, looking for more.
Because I think the like
See, I think these are both really dark.
go to the bit in the track. Go to like the second drop when it's got like the like
Yeah.
because that would be sick. Yeah, like imagine this like as the countdown's coming in, the clock's about to. Charlotte's having a rave off camera. This I think that's pretty good.
I think that's better than Sam's for sure.
No,
No, it is.
like that would be cool.
yeah,
actually,
I think that is.
Yeah.
I think that,
I
don't
just
get me wrong. I think there's better options.
I think you just want
but-
something happier.
Well, go and pick one then.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go.
if this is
for-
not
If it's like I was gonna do a classic like Cartoon on and On, but then I was like,
Yeah, it's just too typical. I think
Yeah, I get
I
told
would
off
go
for
for Ice Cold Close Brooks remix. This
I
one.
didn't know Brooks is releasing NCS.
It's the remix, yeah.
Oh, nice. Is this the one that was like the?
This was my
Collab?
introduction into like the music industry, practically.
Oh, really? This is? Ah, yeah.
You're at a party. It's about to like drop.
This-
maybe I
Very-
prefer mine to be honest. But I think
I
You
need
haven't
the
even
drop.
had
Give me the drop. This is pretty good actually. It's
I
more
still
party,
prefer mine. But
higher BPM. Yeah. Well, I mean, the fans can vote in the comments for what
I
they
think we
think's the
could have
best.
had better choices if I'm honest.
I,
but
I mean, you say that every time, but there's so many songs to choose from. Do you
Yeah.
understand? There's like a whole load of different things.
That you don't even need to put a poll in. I won that one, so.
Yeah.
no, I don't think you did.
Before we wrap things up, what are your guys' plans for the holidays? We, as of time recording, we're breaking up to Moz.
The thing
We are.
is, yeah, we are. I don't know if people know this that Dan and I are siblings.
Oh, you've
Um,
ruined it now.
I think. Oh my god, I just got a
I
broken
think
record
some people
then.
might
Core.
some people
followers
might work it
probably
out
would.
to know our last names, but
Yeah.
so obviously we'll be together.
Yeah. So
At
yeah,
home.
Dan and Charlotte are brother and
So
sister.
we're just working over.
Oh.
No,
holidays
but the
entire time.
reality is that's
Yeah.
what we will be doing.
You guys need to have conversations as siblings
can't.
outside of work.
No,
Can't.
we do, but it's about like.
Have you seen this really
Stuff.
cool poster? That'd be great. We should try and do something like that,
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, that's what happens. We'll end up going
Honestly,
full
we met-
circle back
We
into.
met up at the weekend last weekend, and we went for like a big walk together. We spoke a bit about like your personal life, which we
Mm.
always do. We never talk about
That
mine.
that
was
on
a
the
dig.
podcast.
That was a
Yeah,
dig.
which
Your
we always
personal
do.
We
life.
never
Like-
talk about mine, but we always just talk about
You
Dan.
don't have a personal life.
It's true. Charlotte's
talk-
weekend plans are popping off as what we spoke about earlier.
We talk about Dan's personal life, and then it goes straight into work for like 2.5 hours.
That's not good. That's
Mm.
because you are siblings working together. That's why it is.
I think that, but that's what we like to talk about.
But that's quite nice, because, like, I think naturally brothers and sisters. Like, I was gonna see my sister tonight, but she's literally, as we're recording this, just cancelled on me.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's easy to not talk to your siblings. Like, I
Mhm.
think that happens. So it's quite nice that you guys work together and actually get to talk. But
It's all right.
what? So yous will be back home for the
What about you?
holidays. Yeah, I'm going back home as well, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time in London first, I think, because I've realised in the 3-4 years that I've lived here, just because of like working, there hasn't really been other than holidays, which usually I book holidays to go and do something. Like there's a reason I'm taking that time off, whether it's like an event or going away or whatever. I haven't had like weekdays to just be in London for a little bit, and I think that'll be quite nice. So I'm gonna probably, next week just take some time, chill
I
in
like
London.
that idea.
And then
I haven't done that in a
you're
while.
back here for New Year's.
And then I'm also spending New Year's in
Eve.
London. Yeah,
Oh,
which
you
would
are?
be super cool. I've done it once before. I went Primrose Hill to a producer artist called Daniel Bloom. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I went to his flat like 2-3 years ago with Jay Pryor again, and that was cool because Primrose Hill, that area, he had like a rooftop and you can just see all of London.
Nice.
Don't know if you guys have ever been Primrose Hill.
I think I've seen pictures.
It's
but I
just a
haven't been.
massive hill that you can see all of
Yeah.
London, and he's got like a flat up this hill, and it was awesome. Like you could see the whole skyline, just fireworks everywhere. But this year I'm going out in Brixton to like some like drag funk disco, so that'll be class, man. I can't wait for that. It's going to be very good. You got anything on your wish list? More streams.
Yeah, more money and streams. That's all I care about.
Oh my gosh.
No, I actually don't think I've got anything. I'm quite lucky and fortunate to be in the job that I have.
That's
and,
nice.
Yeah.
And
Charlotte?
have the family that you have. I
Oh,
thought that's
yeah,
what
okay.
you would say.
And on that note,
Charlotte, anything for you?
It would be nice to get a Christmas present this year.
That's
that's
firing it at
another
Dan.
dig.
Yeah, well, I just have to. You won't do anything about
You just
it.
had a Christmas gift. They've both just had Christmas gifts. So
No, that was a
That's-
work
That's
Christmas
work
gift.
from NCS. Thank you, NCS. Well, I want Scrabble.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
I want the board game Scrabble. That's
I wouldn't mind having Monopoly.
Oh, that'd be good. We should. Something for the new year.
Games night.
Custom NCS Monopoly.
Ooh.
That would be sick with tracks as the different. Oh my gosh,
that's great.
that's a social post as well.
That's
Great.
cool.
Oh,
All right.
brilliant. All right. Well, thank you so much for the for the support all throughout the last few episodes and outside of the podcast for the 2021. It's been awesome to see you guys' involvement and to be able to share music with you 3 times a week. It's great.
Yeah.
Great times.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the new year. Have a safe and happy holiday. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye now.
Peace.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
year.